The guy got it here. This is French. Anyone can read this?
First question.
What can you do when you realize that you have sent a negative thought in the past? Can you destroy this negative thought?
Say again once more, the translation.
What can you do when you sent a negative thought?
Pardon?
If you sent a negative thought in the past.
It is there with the other negative thoughts.
Okay, so what can you do about it? Can you destroy it?
You send another positive thought to neutralize it.
La question était que peut-on faire quand on s'aperçoit que l'on a une pensée négative dans le passé? Peut-on la détruire? Et Swamiji j'y réponds en faisant envoyer une pensée négative.
Positive always. Positive always neutralize negative. That's the law. This world exists because there are few people like you all thinking in a positive way. If everyone starts thinking the way like the clubmate people think, there will be no world left here, you see. That's why the Paradise Island came, our yoga retreat in Paradise Island, to balance the negative thoughts. People come only for enjoyment, pleasure seeking. So, positive overcomes negative. Our early morning chantings, etc., purifies the atmosphere, purifies our own body and mind. So thought can neutralize the negative thoughts. If sufficient number of people think properly, we can avoid a nuclear holocaust. If there's a sufficient number of people there to remove the negative thoughts. That means Russians should, and Americans should not think they are independently different from the other people of this planet Earth. If we can all think in that universal term, we can bring peace to this world. Otherwise, negative thoughts are very cumulative now. It is going to bring like rain, cumulus nimbus, when it cannot hold anymore, water saturation takes place in the clouds. It cannot no more, the cloud can hold that water vapor. It becomes droplets and fall. Okay, next question. No. Yeah, about the same, related to the same? Is it related to the same question or different?
Different question. That wasn't my question.
Okay, doesn't matter. Whoever question, I will take it.
Write it down.
Is it time that radiation can destroy the astral body? Yes, radiation can also destroy astral body, and it does. Next life, when you reincarnate, even in this life itself there will be mutation. Next life also, when you reincarnate, it brings tremendous mutation in the physical body. Because the physical body is manifestation, in the physical body projected by the astral body. They did experiments, and tadpoles and salamanders, etc. There's an energy body, and they photograph, like Curlian photography, and before, if there's any defect in that embryo or in the growing sandmans, like tadpoles, etc., later on, that particular area where the energy is diminished, you will see deformed organs. So it has been proved now. Energy body is the first body. Physical body is only secondary, what you see. As I mentioned about the palms, just tell you for a few seconds about that. I don't have blackboard. Do you have any blackboard, whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay. So I just draw a few lines just to give you not to make. Okay.
At the back.
As I mentioned before, I can't draw, so please don't laugh. I did, you know. I'm a good artist, you see. No fight, no fight. This is heart line. This is headline. This is lifeline. And this is fate line. This is sun line. Success. Sun means success. With most of the, you see this sister line to the fate line, if it exists, generally comes in the very later life. And that shows he will be successful in whatever field he is. Now, in my hand, also, this is like a square hand. Square. An artistic hand is like this. Artistic hand. Again, heart and head. I just take this first, these two. If the headline is straight like that, straight, not like the bend, then you'll be an intellectual. Head always questions. Left brain functions very fast, and right brain never functions at all. More intellectual. If it goes down in this way, then imagination functions more than intellect. As in my hand, it is like this. It's not like that. But this square hand is a practical hand. Generally right hand, but left hand is a substitute, but only right hand you take it now. Left hand is mostly to bring the past life's memory, so there will be some difference will be there. Left is from the past and right is now. So my the headline is drooping down, that means imagination. But that's been compensated by the square practical hand. So anything I think, I can bring into practice. I never just imagine, daydream, never. If anything, an idea comes, I have to fly over the Berlin Wall, an idea comes, I do. I don't care what happens. I have to fly over, that's where I am. So everything in my life I had to put into practice. Same the yoga, philosophy, all the things. I just developed that, how to put into practice everyday life, you see. And suppose if this, if the in the artistic hand is like that, or philosophical hand, both are same. It compensates. The intellect and the imagination, it compensates, it's all right. But if it goes like this, he will be living only in the sky. Castle built in the sky. He will be a person, almost like crazy person you can call, because there's no practical things he can ever do in his life. No practical things. And nothing he can do in one thing practical. So this is a compensation. Now coming to the lifeline, next one, which my lifeline is like that. Just take this fate line off a little bit, sorry. You look into your lifeline, you see it's one straight coming down from here to here. But in mine there's an island. Very dangerous situation. Death can take place. In fact, it took place. There's a time I had the accident in Spain. And since then my health is completely in a very bad situation. That's the island. The energy is not moving at all in one direction. It's just dissipated since then after the accident. And This will be up to, I think, up to 60, 61 maybe. I'll be just finished, I think that. And then, and this fading little bit, this island also fading. Yeah. It's, this here is start fading, because very clear, but fading, and this getting stronger here. That means the island is disappearing, and then slowly, slowly, the energy is, life is taking place. But that actually took place at that time. And since then, he's almost living like a zombie. I am living, zombie, not alive. I am not alive now. Now that's about life. That the next, the fate line, it starts from here to here. That shows your fate. If there any breakage, generally you see the break at exactly the same time they're here. See, I had the island started here around 48 or something, and exactly at that time there's a breakage in the fate line. It is changed into two half. The fate line ended here and then started like that. Second, that's the breakage. Exactly the same time. Third is the mystical line. A mystical cross you can see between the head and the heart. And people have their mystical experience they have from the past life. Both hands you will see. If they in the present hand, they are developing the mystic cross there. Also, I got that. Then comes the sun line or success line, a sister line to the fate line. If this success sun line is there, very strong sun line, because sometimes line can be broken too. Some can be a line very thin, and so all the lines also you must see the energy in the body is strong. If strong, that means it shows the lines also very strong. When energy is very weak, these lines also will not. So also you can see broken line, island, cross, square, etc. in this thing. So that's called the success line, this one. And if that is the latter part of your life, you'll be very, very successful, because that starts around 48, 50, it starts, from here. If it comes very early, success will start earlier, but very rarely you see a true success ever comes in the life, you see. So it's around, that's a success line. Just this is sufficient to just give you an idea, energy pattern. This changes. So your question is about radiation. Yes. In the left hand, in fact, this lifeline ended here, actually, exactly. I don't have long lifeline at all. That's all, the lifeline ends there, around 50, finish. There's nothing here. Even still, I don't have any left line. On the right, in the present life, that island came and slowly, slowly. Island just kept me alive, and then he started now slowly moving to the fate line also. He started joining the fate line. It's very rare. He joined the fate line to the lifeline. That means I'm connecting with many ways to survive. Not I know, I want to survive. My karma, somehow I'm holding my fate and holding my this and holding my that. Somehow my life is just holding on, so I can see you all. So that is a simple example of how the energy pattern works. I didn't want to make you a name, forms out of you, but I studied only for scientific purpose. See anything there, yes. And all these are true. So definitely it can affect your next life, provided you do lots of pranayama and keep the energy level. Even the radiation is there, you can, when you do pranayama, you are balancing your energy inside your system, astral system, you see. So even there's a breakage, etc., you will be able to still reborn as a whole man, not partial man. This happened also in the Dwapara Yuga previous age, when Lord Rama came. You see, what is that, Meera, you are doing? Meera, who is that? You want to be like mummy? in the Ramas, in the previous age, because you all think your history started about 2,000 years ago, and we don't think in that our age is coming, yugas. The first Krita Yuga, or golden age, is about several million years. I forgot exact number. And next Yuga, just like the 4 seasons, it became half of that, only about maybe 5 million or something like that. Then again became another half, that's called Dwapara Yuga, where Lord Rama came, 2.5 million. At that time you can see the stories where people are also born deformed. There's one demon known as Kabandha. His head is in the stomach and his mouth is in the stomach directly, so he can just swallow people. He swallows only rishis and munis who meditate. He likes them very much, He can just swallow them. And he's got only 2 huge hands and the tummy and the mouth, no brain. he walks like that, and then he just swallows directly into his stomach. And Lord Rama cut his hand, by which he crushes. And so you will see the mutation, like Ravana had 10 heads. Many mutations took place those days. Lots and lots of mutations. Here, I got few books I got it. If you see it, I got colors. I made the slides out of it. I didn't bring it. You will never believe these are human beings. You can literally see a baby look like a frog. Literally. You cannot distinguish a frog baby. People have horns on their head, growing horns on their head like goats. Literally like goats. And people have double head, 2 heads, 2-headed people. Even there is a newborn baby was born somewhere recently with the 2 heads, and with only 1 heart and everything one, but the head is 2, and they can't separate it. They don't know what to do, and then baby, 2 heads will be thinking in 2 different ways. It's like Ravana had 10 heads, they had 2 heads. And I got so many pictures, you would not believe it until you see it, somehow, those things. People having like skin like a rhinoceros and so forth. And one person has got a tumor, which is about 800 pounds tumor he's carrying. And then the unborn second twin fetus coming out of the body, the twin is born, but only the twin has got only the head is still inside and the legs are outside. And the other twin's head is inside and the leg is outside. You don't believe it, the karmic diseases. I am writing a book called Karmic Diseases. Unbelievable. So mutations taking place now alarmingly, because you only see people, healthy people, but these type of people with suffering, they put in the hospitals and different places. They never bring them to the public's view. But books are being published about that. Until you see that, at this very moment we have problem on planet Earth, you see. Okay, energy has been destroyed, energy level. Plus parents themselves, before the baby has been born, they drink, they take alcohol, they take drugs, and that affects the unborn baby, because baby has to get the nourishment through the mother's blood in the intrauterine life. So that's why even the atmosphere a mother should spend, it should be in a sattvic atmosphere. Now they spend, most of the pregnant women, they go to discotheque and for dance when they're pregnant, and fully pregnant also. Till last moment they want to have some more dance. And they drink alcohol and they take drugs and they take wrong type of food, they meat, etc. Affect the babies, you see. To bring a baby in this type of spiritual atmosphere, even to make them to sit in the spiritual atmosphere, the positive growth takes place there. Though the child may not understand what you are talking, subconsciously she's imitating. Suppose the father has got a cigarette in the mouth and the baby comes, what he'll do? He also put the paper. Daddy. Babies are the imitative, even my accent, you can see, I could not change my accent after 30 years. This accent I learned from my childhood, and I'm having that accent. Though I don't know I got accent. Do you have an accent? So also, you have accents. You go to Ireland, Irish accent, quite different from the English accent. They got a way of talking long. So these are imitations from the childhood on. We can't break it down. So, yes, mutation can take place. But you keep up your body as pure as possible through your asana, pranayama, japa, meditation, and you will be able to get some relief. So that is that question. Next question. Is not occurring feeling of guilt about sexual feelings. Can't get into chanting. Can't get into chanting. Don't want to love. Look silent, huh? What that?
Love, meditation, hatha yoga.
Don't want to love. What do you mean love?
Maybe you should just tell you the question. She's already giving you the answer.
Meditation and hatha yoga. Don't want to long silent meditation and hatha yoga thought. Taking other people's negative thoughts and feeling personally some hurt. Okay, I'll find out. Now first question is occupying feeling of guilt, sexual feeling. The entire universe is depending upon that feeling. Otherwise there is no world left. To go against the sexual feeling is just like going against the Niagara Fall or some big falls, trying to climb up Niagara Fall. Yogis and masters in the Himalayas were all bewildered about this great powerful energy. So that's a creative energy moving down from the time immemorial. We are swept down only in multiplying and following that downhill. But to swim uphill is only few, and that is not possible completely with one's own effort alone. You need God's grace. That's a surrender. We don't try to suppress the sex feeling, which is not possible, but we can sublimate it. Like the water, when it is flowing, it always flows from higher level to the lower level. But when it's heated, it will go upward. So sublimation is making this sexual energy called ojas into ojas, or like vapor. So it goes upwards to the higher centers instead of going lower center to the sexual center. Ordinarily, this thought flows only from the brain, just like the breath is energy, impulses are sent to a diaphragm and intercostal muscles, breathing impulse. Same way, impulses are coming to your sexual organs and central organs, which is the lowest center, Muladhara, and Swadhisthana, sex center. These impulses are coming, and when it's very powerful, then you become passionate, you are unable to control, like an anger, violent. And our own effort is not sufficient to stop this flow. That's what sublimation. When you do asana, when you do pranayama, when you do japas regularly, and with the right diet, vegetarian, that's why we don't take even onions and garlics and certain roots we don't take. That all stimulates the nerves. Sublimation will take place little by little. And then it starts moving to the upper chakras and reaches the brain. This same sexual energy now become a creative force, now a positive spiritual force. You see in all saints' head, you see in halo. That's called Oja Shakti's emanation. It emanates. You see a person have even partial control of the sexual energy, his face is different. He will never get wrinkles. Because cause of the wrinkles and the skin become very dry and so forth is because too much this energy is being wasted and made gross in the sexual act process. So sublimation takes place. It's not we are talking about the physical energy like the semen. That is very simple. If you want to control that, only in for about 15 minutes of operation, you can just become a permanent brahmachari. That's not. It is that energy, both male and female, both have that energy, the psychic energy which comes down from the brain, and then it became gross. The ejaculation, etc., is only a secondary thing. That's because of this energy. And once you learn to divert this to opposite direction, like Krishna has got 16,008 wives, it is not anymore sexual thing. He will be able to, all of them, they learned to control and sublimate the energy. So it's not a physical union there. So the gopis had a union with Lord Krishna. It's not a physical union. They're all able to do only in the higher state. To test this, whether they are able to sublimate this energy, gopis, they were beautiful young maids, milkmaids. They all loved Lord Krishna so much, and his enchanting form and beautiful form, they could not resist. You can't keep their eyes even 1 minute away from him. And they all prayed, went to Yamuna river cold morning, they prayed to Mother Katyayani, O Katyayani Mahamaye, let the Lord Krishna be my husband. They all started praying, everybody. So all the young milkmaids, they went early morning into the Yamuna river in that right before the sunrise, and they took off their clothes and left everything on the banks and went into the cold river and prayed and meditated. And Lord Krishna knew their hearts. So he came one morning, took all their clothes and took up the top of the tree, like the tree we saw, Frostus tree, the top. And then he sat as if nothing happened, were playing flute. The girls all looked up and suddenly, Lord Krishna, they all want to see him, and he came. He was also very happy. But one thing they saw that he tied each one's clothes neatly in different branches also. And they're all naked and cold. They can't stay too long. They had to come out and have their clothes. So they prayed, "Oh Krishna, give our clothes. Why are you naughty? Why are you doing this type of thing?" And it appears Krishna must be a playboy, is it not? So he said, "If you want, you come and take. I'll come up here and I'll just give you your clothes. Come out of the water and I'll just throw your clothes down." "Oh, no, we won't come out." So they resisted. "Okay, then you can stay in the cold." And at last they could not stand anymore. So they just, with one hand they covered their private part and one hand their... Krishna said, no, you had to lift both the hands up to come. Then we are going to tell to Yashoda, your mother and your father, Nandagopal. "Okay, you can go and tell if you want." That won't bring you any clothes to you. At last they forgotten themselves and surrendered to Lord Krishna and raised their hands and came. Lord Krishna was not trying to any kind of mischief. They want the Lord to be their husband. Krishna is not a human being or an ordinary being. If the Lord wants to be their husband, means their Lord, they must not think they are woman and he is a male. They must forget their body consciousness. They must transcend the body consciousness. Male, female is only just in your imagination. Today you can be a Mr., tomorrow little operations and so you can miss. This all happens every day. So there's nothing extraordinary about it. But the Atman, immortal self, which you are going to unite to the God. God is Brahman or Krishna, if you want Saguna. Saguna form of Brahma is Krishna or Rama. If you want to unite him, you can't think I'm a male or I'm a female and I'm coming to you, you must be a husband. So Krishna said that you are not ready for that. So he waited and waited that he found out every day they went into the cold morning, started meditating in this cold morning. He knew that they transcended the body, but still they got little ego. The female ego exists. And until you remove that female ego and you think that I'm just a male going to be your husband, then you are not ready to be united. So that's what the whole significance behind it, you see. So then they lost their body consciousness, and at that time Lord said, "Yes, on the full moon you'll hear my flute, you'll come to Vrindavan and you'll have the cosmic dance with me." So the sex feeling is difficult to conquer unless and until you divert that emotion into devotion to God. So also nuns, etc., they just marry, though they are unmarried nuns, but still they marry whom? Jesus. They have to marry Jesus, you see. But it's not a sexual marriage, it is a divine marriage. So you see, union is there. You see, everywhere that you have to forget. So sexual feeling is very difficult. That's why they connect themselves to Jesus, nuns, so that they will be able to somehow sublimate their energy into that level. This happens to all, this feeling. Guilty feeling, it shows that you know that something you are doing from your own um, subconscious, that you are not doing the right way. So when you have the feeling, guilty feeling, repeat God's name and surrender again. Thy will be done, O Lord. I did my level best, and you do what you can. I can't help myself. I can't climb the mountains with the lame feet. I can't climb up. When I had frostbite and the knee broke, I can't do anything. I was lying on the snow. So I surrendered to God. So God sent the people to help me to bring me down. I got no way to even inform the people that I'm lying injured. Same thing with our life too, you know. This energy is very difficult to conquer. Every sages and saints and yogis, even the Himalayas, we all have problem. It's not only just you have the problem. Because you went to the Himalayas, into the cave, that means this problem go away. It multiplies there, you see. So that's the way. So don't have to worry about this feeling, guilt feeling, sublimate it. Each time you repeat your mantra and offer, even if the feeling comes, offer it as an offering to God. That's the only way we can help yourself, no other way. That's about the sex. If anyone says they conquered the sex, he is not true to himself and to the world. It takes to the last moment of the breath, you should be careful about that. You don't know when the Maya can attack you. Even when you are a 100-year-old man, still this energy is still can overpower your thinking. Can't get into quantitative chant is CH. Chanting, don't want to look silent.
Don't want to like meditation, hatha yoga.
Meditation.
Chanting seems very alien.
You don't want to do that?
No, it seems very alien to me. It's like
Okay, very good. That's very good. So if you go to India and try to take idli and sambar and the curry powder, it's quite alien. You prefer to have hot dogs and hamburgers, you see. And if you are born in a cannibal society, you come to England, and they go to which store they sell human steak. Because they said, I can't eat this ordinary steak, I want human steak, they will say. It's a habit. To change this habit in its satsang. So you go to a teacher or a place like this, practice makes. So how much time you have to practice? Until you become perfect. And how long will it take? Until you become perfect? Doesn't matter, time is material. Practice. Or if you are just happy with your present life, well, there's nothing wrong.
I'm happy with meditation and hatha yoga, but the chanting, I just...
Hatha yoga, what do you mean hatha yoga? Hatha yoga is not asana. This many people make mistake this again and again. Hatha yoga is not asanas. Hatha yoga is that to control your mind. Yama, nema, 8 limbs are there. Yama, nema, asana, prana, pratyahara, dhara, like Raja yoga. Raja yoga is the Hatha yoga is Raja yoga in the practical aspect. And Raja yoga is only theory. There's no practical thing there to control your mind. So 8 steps are there in Hatha yoga. Asana is only third steps of the pranayama is the 4th step. It's not complete. Hatha yoga is philosophy. Hatha yoga is meditation. And complete philosophy there, you know. Many people don't understand. Even the teachers would say Hatha yoga, they don't understand that they think about asana. Asana is not Hatha yoga. It's just one aspect of the Hatha yoga, you see. Ha and ta means sun, ta means moon. That's the word come from. Ha, ta. Sun and moon. Union between sun and moon. That's positive and negative energy, or yin and yang. When these two energies are united, that's how the sun energy is the prana by which the breathing takes place, the impulse coming. Ta is the energy which goes to sexual organs and sexual energy. When these two energies are brought together and the energy starts going upward, as I mentioned before, so that's called Hatha yoga. And when it reaches the Sahasrara, you are united yourself with the Supreme Shiva. Okay, so if you are unable to do a thing, because I also don't want to just go for painting. If suppose there is someone says, oh, there's a painting class, please come here. I'll say, I don't care, because you know my hand, I can't paint, I don't care. Also, even if I could paint, I don't care. But someone says, okay, have satsang, let us repeat Om Namo Narayana, I'll go. Some people, even in India when I was there, in the India live in the Bombay, and people started inviting, please come some here. So big people, they want to take us to country clubs, etc. I said, forget it. I don't care about the country club. If you are inviting for a satsang, I will come. not for money or anything. I won't come for anything else. And so there's no tendency to go to country clubs and enjoy and sit and look at the people. So it's meaningless for me. I prefer to just to stay in an abandoned area under a tree. I'm quite happy. So that's a tendency. It doesn't come in a day or two. You have to develop. It's like you develop your muscles, you see. So each day you come here, each time you put some impressions in your subconscious mind. After a few more times like this you come, then you think, oh yes, now going to a pub and those discotheques will make you guilty. You don't feel happy there at that time. How many people before the weekends you used to spend in the discotheque and dancing and the music, etc. But now, how is it? After some years of yoga practice, how is that? Huh? Is it easy to go there? No. What about Frost? Even Frost is an Italian fashion photographer, and since he started concentrating on taking photographs of the posters, more than a year I think they was taking photographs every day, and his mind slowly changed into yogi. Otherwise he will never. No more discotheque, you know. An Italian fashion photographer will never go to a yoga place like that. Change, it's so habit. So you are also coming here. You came for my lecture there. You came here for the weekend. I saw several times whenever I come. I see. One way I recognize him is not by his face, by his laughter, his special laughter. So I always remember. Oh yeah, he's here back again. I don't have to see his face. You know, the moment I hear the laughter, I know who the person is. Still don't know your name, but I know who the person is. The form comes. The moment I hear the laughter, I see the form. Yes, but you're developing good samskaras. Even to ask this question, you have to develop. It's not easy to ask these questions. It doesn't come if your mind is not evolved. These type of questions. These questions, if anyone asks without evolution, and if they hear this question, hey, you are stupid. What are you going to get out of all those things? But you are not happy. You want the answer, and you are struggling. This happens to all in the spiritual path. The struggling style, very difficult. This is a time, the danger. You are walking on a razor's edge. You can fall either this way or that way, you see. So by keeping satsang, your new quality will develop. Okay? So don't worry about whether taste or not. You start eating the same food every day, it will be very tasty. If you eat human flesh every day, human steak will love very much. In fact, they say the best steak is the human flesh. If you don't believe it, you ask not only cannibals, ask man-eater tigers in India. Man-eaters are there. They're old tigers. They can't go and hunt animals anymore, and they got the teeth are all fallen, you know, like me, and they don't have energy to hunt, and so they just attack the simple animals like a villager grazing alone, and they don't have too much strength to kill them, you see, and they don't need too much teeth also to chew them also. You see. They can tear apart. And once they tasted a human flesh, most of the man-eaters become like that. Sometimes the dead body coming from the rivers, you know, and they eat this dead body, and they get accustomed to that human flesh. And you can just give afterwards a goat you can tie and leave them. They will never eat a goat or any other animal because the flesh of the human steak is so tasty, they say. You ask a man-eater. Taking other people, negative thoughts and feeling personally what?
Taking them personally.
And getting hurt, and getting hurt, and getting hurt. That's your fault. You just take a toothpick. You know toothpick? What's the purpose of the toothpick? To pick it, and then you smell it. Of course, you don't mind to smell yours. But you try to do picking others' spit. And smell, hey, it's horrible. That's what you are doing. When you are taking others' negative thoughts, you are picking there and then smelling it and saying, it's horrible, you are telling. Negative thoughts will be the others. Only if your thoughts are in the same quality, same wavelength, that comes to you. If your thoughts are pure and positive, you reject them automatically. That's the law. See? So don't move with the people with the negative thoughts for the time being. Even if you have to move, repeat your mantra mentally so you can counteract it. That's the law. So don't feel guilty about it. Thought attract thoughts. Negative thoughts attract negative, positive thoughts positive. And I am only attracted to the people like you all. Even I go to London, Paris, I travel now next 3 months. Now tomorrow, tonight so I'm flying to Brazil, then Argentina. Every day 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles apart. Sometime I had to settle in the hotel. And I only see my room, I never go down. I just come out from the airport direct to the hotel and they just finish my lectures, etc., wherever they take me down and then back to my room and then that's another airport. That's all. I don't see anything. There's no interest in anything, you see. So, if you don't have that type of satsang and so forth, so take a book, Gurudev Shivananda, like Bliss Divine Sadhana, and read it. Your thought become very positive. At that time, negative thoughts automatically you reject. Just like a ball thrown on a wall, solid wall bounces back. So you don't have to worry about that, you see. I move around. So I am attracted to only the people like you. Your thoughts are good, so yoga retreat, I came here. It's not accident, I am here. It's not accident you are here. Your thoughts are to a certain extent, you are able to tune to my thoughts. See, that's why you will find different teachers more suitable to you because your thoughts are more tuned to that particular vibration of a particular teacher. Sometimes your negative teachers like Rajneesh, you will be attracted to them, you know. And you saw that in Rajneesh Puram, in one like a bubble came out with 100 Rolls Royce. With 100 Rolls Royce and naked, the girls are all have to take their clothes off and the men are all wearing orange robe and having machine gun. People are attracted to that. That means they got a very negative type of thinking. So they want teachers like Rajneesh. They will never go to people like Swami Shivananda or Ramakrishna Paramahansa. They don't even open the books of those great people. They only have like a Rajneesh book. Enjoy as much as you want. Don't worry about what is going to happen. You are going to die. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And they believe that. And they want that. So that's your thought. So thought, if you have negative thought, you attract. So keep your thoughts pure and come to this type of atmosphere, you can escape from that. Okay, that is it. Okay, that's finished. What to advise people who love my yogic training? Is it my or MS?
Well, who have little yogic training?
This little?
Yeah, us. What to advise?
Oh, us. Okay. Who loves?
What should we advise people?
Who love? Us? No, can't be us.
No, okay. What to advise the who have yogic training? Little, it should be.
Very little.
What to do
with all the radioactivity to conquer their fear and pain. Well, the fear of pain is caused because you are identifying with the body. And you are not the body, you are that immortal self. That self, the soul, Atman, will not die. As Krishna says in the Gita, do you have Gita here? Copy of Gita?
Not in this room, but downstairs.
Okay. Krishna says, literally to Arjuna. Arjuna said he is going to kill all these people. Krishna said no.
It says no yogic training. What to advise people who have no yogic training?
Yeah.
What to do? What should we tell them to do? If they ask us questions about radioactivity and
First
how
of
to
all,
conquer fear and pain through yoga.
You can never conquer fear and pain as long as you think that you are the body. No way. Because you think the death of the body is death of you. And that's a false notion. So that's why they are going to suffer terribly. Only way you can escape is by identifying with that self, Atman, which is within you, which is immortal. Achedya madahim akvedeshe shrevja nitya sarvana sthandu. Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, that self is achedyoyam, it cannot be cut. Akledya, it cannot be dissolved. It cannot be burnt. It cannot be dried by the wind. Nitya Sarvada Sthanur. It is always exist. It was there, it is now, and it will be. Nitya Sarvada Sthanur, Achroyam Sanatana. It is like a mountain, cannot be moved. It always there, everywhere. That's yourself. Only when you have that philosophy, Tattvamasi, that thou art, you can escape from the fear of death and birth and pain. Magarasa, the great yogic Vedantic mother, she used to give children, we are going to break your head. When this baby, she used to, in the cradle, she used to sing the lullaby. What do you call lullaby?
Lullaby.
Lullaby. And just some lullaby. Come on. Somebody, please.
Rock-a-bye, baby on the treetop.
Okay. But she sang different. She sang to the still same lullaby. Shuddhosi buddhosi niranjanosi samsara maya parivajitosi. It means, you are not my babies. You are the pure immortal soul. You are pure intelligence. You are not touched by the maya, this cosmic illusion. You are the pure essence, pure intelligence you are. You are that immortal self, immortal Brahman you are. And that's why she used to sing to her babies, even the cradle. She never said, oh, you are my darling baby. You are just, in your evolution, you are that immortal self came in this physical body. But still you are immortal. That's what she never said. They are their children. They brought the children in that state, and all the children became very great. Even the child cannot understand the philosophy. Even in that cradle, she used to sing in that. Shuddhosi buddhosi niranjanosi samsara maya parivajitosi. You are the pure intelligence. You are not touched by the maya of this cosmic ocean. You are transcended this cosmic, this Mayic ocean, and you are the immortal self. And that's what. If you have that type of training is given to you, it's no problem. People don't have that type of training, they must come or surrender. Next best thing is to tell them to surrender to the will of the God. Let him do, because like a father and mother knows. See, he is having one child, another child is there. Well, the child has got no fear at all. See how they both of them completely comfortful, satisfied, and suppose he starts throwing the child up like that, and the child has got full confidence, then, hey, your daddy will pick me, I don't care, okay, you can throw, he will just up and down. He's got the baby has got full confidence on the father's ability that he will never hurt him. Suppose if I take the baby and do the same thing, that's a different story. He's got no confidence, you see. Even the baby don't understand all these things, love and compassion, but intuitively know that I am different from his daddy, because daddy can just protect him under any condition, even sacrifice his own life. Baby may not write that word, but he knows that. No, that's the same thing. If an ordinary father can just love his children and take care of and do everything to protect his children, but the cosmic father, if they exist, so surrender to him. Thy will be done. If he wants to take this, blow up this world, it's up to him. He is the originator, he is the creator. And even Jesus could not escape the cross, even though he always identified the Supreme Being. And not only he was crucified, but he has to die between the two thieves. Just so insult. You are not just an ordinary man, even you are like a thief, like any other thief. So they put him between the other two thieves and crucified. Insult and injury, you can't escape those things. That's the way this world is made up of duality. Even if there is no radiation, still you have to die one day. And death is certain, so there is a fear of death, there exists. But as you start going within, that's the only way we can get help. But they are not ready for that type of yogic life and thinking. So you just give advice, everything is God's will. Let us surrender. Whatever is going to happen to you is also going to happen to me too. Because if the radiation is going to come here to England and start raining, though I am Swami, and radiation will say, oh Swami, you are a good person, so I am not going to harm you. The radiation is going to affect me too. But things I am not afraid. I can fly over the Berlin Wall from west to east. I'm not afraid if they're going to shoot me down, let us. And I flew from Tel Aviv to Cairo over the Suez Canal. I'm not afraid. And when the Israeli plane came just before the Suez Canal, and a jet came and they said they're going to shoot me down if they don't turn back away from Suez Canal. So I said, many people died in the name of war. We too people are ready to die in the name of peace. You cannot. People think that's only you can die in the name of war, like terrorists. They blow up everything. They blow car bomb, suicide bombers. They come and blow up themselves. But also, few people can also die in the name of peace. So I said, we are also ready to die in the name of peace. If you want, you can shoot down. And then I took a marigold flower and opened the things and threw at the pilot, because then I turned my radio off so you couldn't talk. And so because I can't talk, so he came very close to my wing pan about 10-15 feet away and then start rocking and showing. Because that's one of the international signals. When they rock, they had to follow them, you see. That's the international rule of the military jets come and start whacking. They're not the tail, they're wings. We follow them, you see. And I said, I'm not going to, you can do anything you want. I'm not going there, going straight. So I threw a marigold flower and turned the radio off. And he didn't know anything, and he has got that power to shoot. By pushing a button, my plane will just disintegrate. And the next minutes, after a few minutes, there was a big sound and noise, and my plane, I could not control the plane. I told Bren, he's a Jew, Bren, I think we've been shot. Our time has come. Let us meditate. We have finished now. Last moment. It is the last moment. After a few minutes, nothing happened, and then looked into all the gauges, and it's all the same. Oil pressure is right, and the airspeed is fine, and the ailerons are working, and then the rudder is working. What happened? I looked back. The Israeli pilot turned this jet and gave a jet blast to frighten me, so that I would not go, because thank God that wing did not disintegrate. Then at Bren, I think he has gone away, but still he is going to come back. And next time, one more jet blast like that, we finish. This plane cannot take that type of jet blast. It's just like a, and our planes are very sleek. You can go straight, shoot up and straight down. And my twin engine Apache is like a Volkswagen. You just climb about the 500 feet in a minute, and then can go 500 feet down. You can gently turn right, gently. And this is like a rocket, shoots up and shoots down and go right and left and above, and can do all type of acrobatic things they are doing. They're expert pilots too. I think this type of dogfight won't last too long. So we threw the pilot and waited for the next time. By that time we are over the Suez Canal, and they did not come, the Israeli pilot, because if he comes, the Egyptians from the other side, there will be dogfight between them. So they left us. So we dropped leaflets and flowers over the Suez Canal, either side with the Hebrew, Arabic, etc., and crossed the other side. As soon as they crossed, there 100 miles, they called the Egyptians that we are here, please give me Cairo, give me landing instructions. And they were up for it. We told you not to come here. Who gave permission to come to our land, etc. I said, don't worry. If you want to shoot us or give us permission, we got no alternative. So they sent about 5 or 6 planes circling around. At last, they don't know what to do. So, okay, land. And as soon as they landed, we saw the honor. Gods are waiting there on the airport in the beautiful God of honor. I said, we are getting God of honor for the peace mission. Then they didn't even look at our passport, and they just put in another jeep and drove straight away to another back gate. And then we saw people were lining on the roadside, and pictures of Colonel Gaddafi and Libyan President Assad's picture there with the. And that's the time exactly Assad and Gaddafi is coming to see Egyptian president. We came at just wrong time. So Egyptian, at that time Sadat was the Egyptian. He's waiting for them to receive their honored guests, Assad and the Gaddafi. And we came at the wrong time. They were so angry from that bring a peace plane at that time, So anyhow, afterwards when you start asking what is all this God of honor, then they blindfolded and they took us to a military camp. Later on the story goes on. Anyhow, there's no fear when the person, because I know that it is not an intellectual feeling. As years go by, that is just a kind of freedom for us. Birth is the time we are afraid, not death. It's like going to sleep. You are not afraid to go to sleep or dream, though you change your attitude and your experience in the dream, but still you do. Same way, as you start going within meditation, etc., you lose this feeling of I am this body. And that takes time. In the meanwhile, you ask them to come to satsang like that and get the complete illustrated book of yoga to read. And that's the best thing you can do. Okay? Om Shanti.
Maybe we have
Okay.
to take a break.
Okay, not break. I finish this and I finish off very fast now. Two more questions, sir. What about sex and affective life when you want to live in yoga? You can have qualified sex, not unqualified sex. Married people have qualified sex, like animals. Animals don't do just go on sex 24 hours, 365 days. They got heat certain time, then they only do that. Afterward, they don't have that thing. So the human being, the only animal, have the 365 days and 24 hours sex idea. You say. Qualified sex, you know. So in ancient days, married people can have sex under certain conditions, and they look at the stars when they are having the right stars and right conditions, right atmosphere, right time, and they don't do anything any time, you see. And when you have all those things, we can't follow all the strict rules, but reduce it as much as possible. As Gurudev Shivananda says, even married people should reduce this energy waste. First, once in twice a month, and then once a month. And then eventually by the time you reach 40, 50, 60, children are grown up, make it once a year, and then take a permanent goodbye to sex. You see? That's a good way to understand. How being a yogi and pray God when you don't know your own personality. How being a yogi and pray God when you don't know your own personality. Both are one and the same. When you know God, you know you. And when you know you, you are no God. One and the same, because God is not different from you. You are that God, Brahman. So if you are praying actually to you, to yourself. You are the self which is within you. And when you put that self, Atman, outside, then it becomes God. And when you put the same God inside you, it becomes your self, one and the same. In the beginning, it is not possible to see God inside, so you put him outside. I come and prostrate, even though I know the Vedanta philosophy, still I put the picture of the Master and the Lord Nataraja, I prostrate before I can sit, so that my ego won't come up. And I will never do without praying. Though I know the philosophy I am going to talk about Tattvamasi, I know that that's only a word. I will not completely reach that oneness with the Supreme. I am not melted, merged. Maybe in this life God's grace and Gurudev's grace I may, God knows, but I got no strength. I can also fall down from a spiritual path. After years and of 60 years of my life, I spent almost practically about 50 years I spent in the spiritual path. Still there is no guarantee I will stick to this path. And I see one girl and suddenly a Maya can twist a small thing there in my... And I said, just like the king of England renounced everything for a woman, I also can renounce all my spiritual growth. And I can just 1 second, I can renounce everything and just get married and live like a householder. There is no guarantee about that. Only God only can help me. So I am not talking, I know my philosophy, I know my goal, I am that I am. But I pray regularly every morning and every evening. Not only pray there, I prostrate also before you, even you may not know. Oh God, you came in this form of you made me to teach and tell, but you are the person hearing. Who is hearing? God is hearing. And God is in me, He is talking. God talks to God. So that is the way our philosophy. I never think that I am a super teacher or a super guru, came to bless you and take you to the heaven. I never said that. I am just a struggling soul, just like you. If God keeps me in the spiritual path, I am very, very happy. If He wants to take the other path, it is His will also. I got no choice over it. It's not my willpower I am staying in the spiritual path. So prayer is very essential. It doesn't matter which state you are, what type of yoga you are doing, keep the prayer always on your heart. Ask God to give you strength to stick to the spiritual path. And the same thing. You are praying to God and praying to self are one and the same. Okay, last one. If a man takes some things, is he creating new karma or collecting on old karma? If man takes something, that means stealing, is it not? That's what it means. If a man steals something, that's what it means. Takes something, what do you mean takes? I did not get and I think the question is, if a man takes something, will he get a karma, or he's enjoying the karma from the past or suffering from the past? That's the question, I think. Okay, the answer is action and reaction are one and the same. You can't separate reaction from the action. As I'm walking by on the street, I saw a person is injured and lying. And I can't say, oh, it is his karma, let him die there. Because he did some wrong karma in the past, so he is suffering. And I walk by. That's called karma? His karma may be bad, he is suffering for that. But I also have duty to perform. As a human being, love and compassion is inherent. So I must save him. If I try, he may die, I may not be able to save him. At least there's a car, I just put him in the car and then bring him. An example is, once I was in my yoga camp, nearby there's an artist from Bulgaria, and I used to go now and then take the people to show his paintings. And one day I went there, he said, Swamiji, our dog is missing. If you ever seen anywhere nearby, please report. We love him very much. So next day I was driving to Montreal alone, and I saw a dog, just like the brown, that dog is brown, I know that approximately. It's lying there on the road, all partially paralyzed got hit by a car. So I thought it must be his dog is missing, and that is the thing. So I put it in my station wagon and drove back directly, and I brought him, and he looked one look. Son, it's not my dog. Now whose dog is that? Whose dog is this? Whose dog is that? But it doesn't matter. But now I don't know who the person is.
Swamiji's dog, right?
Now it is my dog. I can't. Oh, because he said it's not his dog. So my duty is finished. I throw him back in the road. No, my friend, it's not my friend's dog, so I don't care. No, I am stuck up with a paralyzed dog. So what to do now? So I must do whatever I can. So I brought a vet, and he examined him, and his pelvis is broken and the legs are broken. He will never be able to walk. And he is looking still at the face of me, and he said, what shall I do with him? He will never be able to walk again. Also, the doctor said he's got tremendous pain, this internal injury. So he had to put him to sleep. And I don't know how to. You take to the ASP, animals, what do you call ASPCA? ASPCA. They got a branch there in Montreal. You take them, they will put them to sleep. It was very hard for me to do that, to take a dog, because it is my dog. He says he can't do anything about it, and I can't still abandon him. And he's got pain, they say, he said. So I brought the SPS and told them the situation. They looked, okay, we know what to do. So he asked me to bring to a window, and they opened the window. And asked myself, I carried the dog in my hand and put it. I know what is that window was when they opened? The gas chamber. With my own hand, I saw that dog's face the last moment. I had to put it. Because I can't do anything. What can I do? I can't keep them, and he's got pain, and no way he can get cured. What shall I do? That's the only thing I could. So I put a live dog with my own hand on a gas chamber. So do I get a bad karma for that? If I get it, I don't mind at all, because I don't want to see the suffering of the dog. That's all my intention. So it is not the action. What's my intention? And my intention is not to bring any suffering to the dog. I will do anything if I could save that dog and give him a health. So this is what happens to all of us too. So the karma works. The dog's karma is that he has to die by last moment. I must carry the dog to the death chamber. That's the karma. Somehow, some past relationship exists. But I did not do with a malice or with a anger or helpless condition. I did that. Another example is how the karma works. I was on a pilgrimage, younger Swamis, as a Parivrajaka life we had to lead. We are not allowed to touch any money. We have to wander without penniless, begging food when we are hungry. I want to go to Himalayas, the mountain, about that is a Badrinath now is about 16,000 feet, and I had only one small blanket. I never seen snow before in my life, and was barefoot, and I got no money. I decided to go by begging. Very difficult to get any food in those places too, because the pilgrims all carry their own food. Those days there was no bus or anything. A small tiny path, and each day I walk about 15-20 miles, the rest, and then just walk another 15-20 miles, and they just cook little food or just carry some. So I didn't have any food or nor money, nor anything I can get to survive except by begging. And after walking few days, and hunger came early mornings, and we were resting early morning. About before the sun comes, we stopped. All the pilgrims stopped in one area, camping. And the afternoon 4 o'clock again they start walking until evening. This is the way general customs those days, because sun is very hot even though it's mountains. So avoid this heat. So people will start cooking their food, and I went to the nearby village. I climbed up the village to get some food to beg, and they didn't have any. They're poor people. I didn't get anything. So I came down. I was laying under a tree. I had only my cloth and a blanket and a vessel. And really hungry and tired. Now evening I had to walk again without food. And an old pilgrim walking by and saw a Swami lying under the tree. I was young. I was only 18 or 19. So he asked, "Are you hungry? Want something?" "Yes, I am hungry. I want something." So from here he has to carry also food for 30 days, and they carry called as dried the wheat. They fry the wheat with the butter, and put sugar in it. And this they can keep it for days without refrigeration, and they can eat it when they are hungry and drink water. They don't worry about cooking also. It's already fried. And so he keeps this a certain amount so he can go reach and then come back. That's only because there's nothing else. From this ration he took so much carefully and gave it to me. I took my upper cloth, like this same upper cloth, and put it there. And I was so happy. At least something there to eat, and smell of the fried the wheat and the smell of that butter and the ghee, etc. is very, especially when you're hungry, you know. And I took my hands and I put it. I said, "Oh, the sun is hot. Let me take a bath in the Ganges." Then I did. Then I can really enjoy it. It's very hot. Ganges is ice cold, you know. So I kept it there on the shore and jumped into the Ganges. Only took one dip. It was so cold, you know. Came out still shivering, but sun is warm. And I didn't care to dry my body at all because sun is going to dry. So I took this cloth. Everything fell down on the sand. And do you understand the suffering I've gone through on that day? Food came in my hand, almost came to my mouth. By karma was there, I cannot eat. But that man's karma is to give me from his ration. He doesn't care that whether I'm going to eat or whether I'm going to also, that's not his problem. He has to serve and share his food with another hungry person. And he did with all his heart. But my karma is there, I cannot enjoy. So you understand how the karma works. So you do your karma, duty to your children, to your home, to your wife, to your nation. Whatever way, I did my duty about the peace. I flew from West Berlin to East Berlin. It's not everyone is going to hear about that. But I did it. I don't care. People understand or not. Many people criticize. Oh, it's only a stunt. What kind of stunt is there? And they're going to shoot me down. What kind of stunt is there? What kind of glory is there? So anyhow, they do not understand. That makes no difference to me. I did it just to show that we have to live together or we are all going to perish together. No one can escape, you see. So the law of karma is there. So in your question, new karma or old karma. So my old karma was, what's my old karma is, I must have taken some food from someone's mouth before, in the last time, whenever it is. And after I ate, when Durga Devi and myself were going on a pilgrimage, and I had little food, and I pretended that all my food is finished. And when she was sleeping, and she opened her mouth. Oh, come on, look at this Swami. He's and he saw that I'm eating and hiding everything. I created a painful condition. I'm just again a simple example like that. A painful pain created, and that pain was created to her mind will never go. And that's what happened. When the food came, I had to undergo the same suffering. I created another person. I did not share. And so I suffered. And that evening, I walked with painful conditions. I reached next place where we are going to camp at night. And an old Swami came and looked at me, asked me, he doesn't speak English, he speaks Hindi. Where do you come from? So I come from Shivananda Ashram. I'm going for pilgrimage. He took my hand as if he knew me to a small hut, and there a sumptuous meal is waiting. And then he said, you cannot go alone, you must go with me. I will take you. And from that onwards, he fed me, he took me up to. So I also done some good karma, and bad karma I had to suffer. For good karma, I must also fed some pilgrims and so forth. So from that onwards, all the God has taken care of me. Once my bad pain is gone, you see. So you do not know whether you are undergoing the present karma or the past karma, but you must know ethics and morals. Every action has got reaction. So you don't have to worry about, you do your, if someone injured person there, you give whatever you can share. And that's not because you are a good man or a bad person, you see. Or if something came to you, to you or to me, karma can bring it. And I don't use it, but karma has brought me so many things. I got ashrams in various places. I got Paradise Island, which you saw. I got a private beach, and I got yachts and boats and so forth and so forth and so forth. But none of them I keep it for my sake or for my name. I don't have one penny. I came from India with this cloth. I used to go on a pilgrimage without penny. I will keep the same attitude in my mind. I will not keep any money in my bank in my name, nor I keep any house or anything. I can buy anything. In Paradise Island, there is no income tax. Anyone can earn any money and send it to Swiss bank. But I never keep one penny. If I do that, all these people are working without a penny, and I keep money in my bank balance in Swiss bank, my karma will be so painful. I will be born like a lowest animal eating human flesh. How could happen that? And now I can go anytime. I can just go to the cave, same cloth. 20 or 50 years ago I was the same thing. Still I'm having, of course, new clothes I'm having, but I got nothing else in my name, and I'm happy about it. If I want something, God will give me. Even that type of injured state, God brought me 17 soldiers. They sent me. It's never happened. Soldiers never go to help a Swami or injured person, and they sent me, and I got food and shelter, everything. So your karma will work out. Because my past karma is good, so present karma I am able to get all the relief. If I did not do my past karma good, then after injury, I'll be lying still on the roadside. Gangrene will develop, and when I come out, they will amputate my foot. Though I got millions of dollars put in the Swiss bank, but now I'm living without a leg. But now I got no money, I can still walk. Though I have difficulty in walking, but I'm quite happy. I can just walk and move anywhere I want. Which you prefer? You want like a Marcos, $6 billion in the bank, and there's no home, no place to go, or you got no money and you can wander anywhere, freedom, with full freedom and peace, or not afraid of death, afraid of no enemies for you. I have arrived in East Berlin from West Berlin, and East Berlin police must be very tough. But when they start interrogating me, the top officials were there, they're all recording. In between they say, are we treating you well? They ask that question purposely, After I may go and tell, East German police did a very horrible thing to me. But they were very polite in asking questions. Are we treating you well? Everything is okay. Do you want something to eat? Yes, I'm a vegetarian, I'm hungry, I need something vegetable. So they brought me a cheese sandwich. And everything as an honored guest. I entered into their country without passport and visa, but I brought some flowers to them with love. They are human beings. I don't care they're East German, West German. They're all human beings like us. When I went with that, and they treated me like a human being. Same thing. When I flew from another Jew from Tel Aviv to Cairo, I told Bren, you can go everywhere with me, but I don't want you to come from Tel Aviv to Cairo. Because I am a Swami from India, Hindu, at least they will treat me better. And you are a Jew coming with passport, visa to an Arab country, because at that time there is no treaty between Israelis and Egyptians. They treat you very badly. They can torture you. So please don't come. He said, no, Swamiji, I'm not afraid of that. I also love them. I come with you. So he came, and exactly happened. The first time a Jew was treated like an honored guest like me, we have been taken by Egyptian, by government's expense, all over Neil Hilton vegetarian dinner and a camel ride and the museums and everything under government expense. Even a Jew was treated well, and was first time taken to a place where they are making the military trucks and the armaments, etc. Even a Jew was taken first time and given a souvenir to him. They were not afraid. He said maybe he's a spy, he's going to report. See, that's called, when you have the love, you get love. So that's your karma. So your duty is only to love and to serve. Don't worry about you are getting it because of good karma or bad karma, we don't know. You are doing fresh karma or you are enjoying the old karma, we don't know. If your peace of mind will come. Om Shanti. With that we'll conclude, okay? What's the time now?
It's 25 to 3.
Okay. So we get about 15 minutes intermission before and I'll come back, okay? Om Trembagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Murugama Vandanat Michur Muchiyamamrutat Om Trembagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugama Vandanat Michur Muchiyamamrutat Om Trembagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugama Vandanat Michur Muchiyamamrutat Om Sarvesham Swastit Bhavadu Sarvesham Shantit Bhavadu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavadu Sarvesham Sarve Bhavandu Sukhina Sarve Sandu Niramayaham Sarve Bhadrani Pashyandu Ma Kaschid Dukhabhat Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Om Purnamada Purnamudachyade Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyade Om Shanti 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 Om Peace Peace. Adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and processions unto thee. Repeat this prayer from your heart. Okay, this truth is there. You are not asking something from the God to give you strength to resist temptations and to reach Him. O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and processions unto thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. Thou art Satchidananda. Thou art existence, knowledge, bliss absolute. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, anger, greed, hatred, and jealousy. Fill our hearts with the divine virtues. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember Thee. Let us ever sing Thy glories. Let Thy name be ever on our lips. Let us abide in Thee forever. Bolo Sadguru Shivananda Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you all. I had only initiation. I may not see you. If you are here, I will see you. Because I had to take, earlier I had to go because to catch a plane to Brazil tonight itself. So I had to leave earlier. So I will say goodbye. If I see you, I will be here for initiation. After initiation, if you are somewhere, I will see you and say goodbye. Otherwise, I take. Thank you for all this wonderful weekend. I enjoy this, your satsang. Just like you will come here and I get only happiness when I see people like you are interested. Everything I don't care. In fact, I didn't take any food today, this morning, on chapter here. I may have some salad now, because I had last night, I don't know, because of some stress and strain, my sugar level shot up quite a lot. So I said, okay, I'm going to fast. And so I fasted, and then that just before I came, and went down quite a lot. So anyhow, I'm just going there, have some simple thing. But I'm happy when you see people like you enjoying and understanding your real nature. That's all we are. No money can make me to do all these things, because money has got no value for me. But love and compassion and this truthful living, honest living, straightforward, that's all I want. Thank you all. Om Namah Shivaya. Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murte Vishwavanjaya Shanvaya Shri Shivanandaya Te Namaha. Sarvamangalamangalye Shive Sarvarthasadhige Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namastude Sharnagari Nathe Paritrankarayane Sarvasyati Hare Devi Narayani Namastude Sarvasya Rube Sarveshe सर्वशक्ति समन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्वाहिनो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते रोगानशेषान् बन्धुदुष्टारुष्टादु कामन् चलनभीष्टान् त्वामाशिदान् उपन्द्राणां त्वामाशिदाख्याशेदां प्रयान्ति सर्वाबाधा कृष्णं तेवैकृस्याखिलेश्वरी हिमतयागारम् अस्मद्वैरीविनाशनम्. I'll just give a general introduction to all of you. This is the rule to all. Initiation is just lighting a fire.
L'initiation, c'est comme allumer un feu.
Initiate, to start.
Initier, commencer.
And here the fire is started, spiritual fire is started by using a mantra.
Et on utilise un mantra pour
But if you start the fire and if you don't put any more fuel, the fire of initiation will go down. So you have to repeat regularly.
Donc il faut le répéter.
And there are two ways you can repeat, verbal and mental.
Il y a deux manières.
First 15 minutes to do verbal and then go to mental. Mental is very powerful.
Mentalement, c'est très puissant.
And when you do mental, synchronize the breath with the sound. Suppose you have Om Namah Shivaya mantra, inhale Om Namah Shivaya, exhale Om Namah Shivaya. And focus the mind with your eyebrows very intellectual, emotional on the heart. And once you find a place, stick to it all your life. Don't change it. And then only deep groove will form in your subconscious mind. So you should not change the mantra in your life, change your guru, change the way of the meditation technique. Keep it the same, then you get enough strength. And do not, after initiation, forget mantra and must repeat regularly, at least half an hour to 45 minutes a day. More repeat, more open spiritual consciousness. That's general group. Now when I repeat, in each group I call here and I apply these powders, you offer your prayer, offer it to Master, you come here, and then I just repeat only mantra. And this is rule, I won't repeat each group in that. That means when I repeat mantra, you follow me. That's a rule. First you hear me, then you follow. And when you repeat, you feel mantra is penetrating deeper in the heart, open to spiritual consciousness. It is concentration you pay, you repeat when you repeat yourself. And then afterwards, I repeat, you follow, and then I go together we repeat. That means once I know that tuning is taken place, then I repeat, we all together repeat the same mantra. And then afterwards I ask you to repeat mentally. When you mentally synchronize, inhale and exhale the mantra. Focus the mind here, intellectual, emotional there. Keep 5 words so it's easy for you. And stick to that place all your life afterwards. And then I ask you to go and meditate for 15-20 minutes, that's all. I won't this thing to everybody. I only just give the mantra and you follow the same things afterwards, each group I follow, okay? And now, first group, Shadaranam Kumaratavarnam Mahavajam Yumayuravaganam Jodhvesasunam Surasanyanadam Gundadaganam Gavadim Yavim, come on, Yavim Tusharahadana, Yaspravastravadaya, Vinavardandamantadara, Yasveda Bhatmakana, Yaprama, Achura Shankara, Purvindeve Sada, Pujadam, Samam Pada Sarasari, Bhagavadi Nishedajyava, Purnameshwaya Grave Sachidanandamurte, Kavinjaya Sandaya, Sri Shivanandaya Denama. सर्वमंगलमंगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणे नमोस्तुते शरणागति नाथे परित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्याते देवी नारायणे नमोस्तुते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्वाहिनो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते रोगानशेषानपन्तुष्टारुष्टादुकामन् सर्वानभीष्टान् त्वामाशिदानुकन्नां त्वामाशिदाख्याशिदां प्रयान्ति सर्वाबाधापशं तलक्कस्याग्रेशुदयाकर्मस्ते विनाशनम् ओम शान्ताकारं विशेषं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं जनं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविद्यारगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवेरुगलोकैकनाथं नैश्यां वीरगौशेवाकं जगत्साङ्गं कौस्तुभद्भास्माङ्गं पुण्योपेदं पुण्डरीकादाक्षं विष्णुं वन्दे सर्वलोकैकनाथं सशङ्खचक्रं सकिरीटकुण्डलं सरीरवस्तं सरसीरुहेक्षणं सारवक्षस्थलशूलिवस्तं नमामि विष्णुं कृताचतुर्भुजम् ओम मत्स्यं वराहं जयवाञ्जनाथं गोविन्दं पुण्डरीकाक्षं माधवं मधुसूदनं पद्मनाभं सहस्राक्षं मनोहरं गौतमं श्रीकेशं वैकुण्ठं पुरुषोत्तमं विश्वरूपं वाक्यं रामं नारायणं हरिं दामोदरं श्रीधरं जय वेदाङ्गं गजद्वयमनन्तं कृष्णगोपालं जगन्नाथपादं पादं श्रीकेशं वामनं जलशायनं जनार्दनं हरिं कृष्णं शिवशङ्करदेव वराहं पुण्डरीकाक्षं नमोगां भौमव्यक्तं शासनं विष्णुमयमवेम नारायणं गदाध्यक्षं गोविन्दं गीतभाजनं गोवर्धनं धन्यवं भूतं भुवनेश्वरं Vedarmechuvasham Chakravarnam Gadavarnam Chandravarnam Narotam Vaivundam Dishadamnam Bhagarbam Vedavasam Dhrutam Dagalatyam Tamosham Navigesham Ram Ram Hekram Vyam Rodam Bhodvam Shivaram Shivtam Shimangalam Mangalayam Damodaram Damovedam Kesum Jesudanam Varenyam Varadam Vishtum Anandam Vasudevajam Hiranedasam Deeptam Puranam Vishotam Zalam Nuklam Vidam Nargunam Gunashashadam Hiranadam Sangajam Surya Samaprabham Mesham Jadam Bang Chalangamaleksham Jyodam Rubin Jesavacham Sarubhatam Davesham Gurudomam Jnanam Gurasman Jnanam Brahman Brahman Yogesham Yoganishnalam Yoganam Yogarupinam Isharam Sarabhudanam Vande Bhudamam Brahman Isharam Sarabhudanam Vande Bhudamam Brahman Isharam Sarabhudanam Vande Bhudamam Brahman. In each group I call and I only repeat the mantra. When I repeat this to all of you, you follow me, you repeat the mantra after hearing from me. And when you repeat, you feel mantra is penetrate deeper and heart open the spiritual consciousness, and with this concentration, faith is great. Okay? In the name of Man Swami Shiva, they issue the 5 liter of Lord Shiva. You repeat Om Nama Shivaya Om Nama Shivaya Om Namah 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 Shivaya. Now mentally repeat the mantra and feel mantra expanded deeper in heart, open the spiritual consciousness with this concentration. Repeat mentally. Inhale Om Namah Shivaya, exhale Om Namah Shivaya, and focus mentally eyebrows, intellectual and motor on the heart, and follow the 12 techniques of meditation technique with this mantra and out. Inhale Om Namah Shivaya, exhale Om Namah Shivaya. Repeat this mantra now for 15-20 minutes. Go back to meditation technique. And sit and rest here in the garden or the Vajram Shiriyam Vamanam Jalajayanam Jaradam Kiram Vishnam Jivatam Garadayam Varaham Mudari Tasmanarandam Vikram Chasam Vishamadamajam Narayan Gadakritam Govindam Gitbhajanam Govardhanam Thandam Bujam Vermulasham Vetar Metuasham Vetnesham Metuam Chakravanam Gadabaram Sangapan Rotam Gurvam Viravasam Tartam Vedalatam Mutmandigesharam Ram Ram Hekram Vindrotam Bodham. Cross your legs, please. Now, Nishidansha Soham and the Soham means I am, he, so, him, I am. I represent the self, immortal self which is within us. Kham, he represents immortal Brahman, the God. And the self and the Brahman are one, that's the meaning of it. You should not identify with your body, name or form when you repeat this mantra. You must be very pure in your heart. Always identify the Supreme Brahman. And that's it. Now I repeat, you follow me. Soham. mentally repeat the mantra, and the mantra is very deep and heart, open the spiritual consciousness. By inhale, so, exhale, hum. Sungana is the breath. Inhale, so, exhale, hum. And follow all of the rules. Space between eyebrows or heart, you select your own place. It's a 12 points of meditation technique. Now inhale, so, exhale, hum. Shanti. Now I repeat the mantra using 12 parts of meditation technique for 15 minutes and all this. Dasohanda Kesava, Om Namo Narayanaya, 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 Dasohanda Kesava. Om Namo Narayanaya, Dasohanda Kesava, 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 I repeat the pranava mantra Om. Om represents 3 syllables. A, U, M. A and U becomes O and M. So, meaning of the Om is the infinite Brahman exists in the form of energy everywhere. A, U, M. A represents waking, U represents the dream, M represents deep sleep. Om. I repeat it following. Om. 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 Repeat the mantra and synchronous breath, inhale Om, exhale Om. And use the 12 points of meditation. Shanti. I repeat the mantra. Om Sham Ram Rame Dikame Ramanurame Sasanam Rame Om Sham Ram Rame Dikame Ramanurame Sasanam Rame Om Sham Ram Rame Dikame Ramanurame Sasanam Rame. I repeat the mantra. You follow me. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha.
Om Shri Ramaya.
No, don't make mistake. Ramaya.
Om Shri Ramaya.
Namaha. Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri
Om Shri
Ramaya Namaha.
Ramaya Namaha.
Not Rama. Ramaya Namaha.
Ramaya
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri
Om Shri
Ramaya
Ramaya
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri Ramaya 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 Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Now mentally repeat the mantra and meditate on the mantra. Inhale Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Exhale Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Repeat the mantra, you follow me. Om Namo
Nama
Narayanaya.
Namayaraya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Narayanaya.
Narayanaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Narayanaya.
Narayanaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Narayanaya.
Narayanaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo
Narayanaya.
Narayanaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo
Narayanaya.
Narayanaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo
Narayanaya.
Narayanaya.
Om Namo 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 Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Now mentally repeat the mantra. It's one aspect. Inhale Om Namo Narayanaya. Exhale Om Namo Narayanaya. Mentally repeat the inhale Om Namo Narayanaya. Exhale Om Namo Narayanaya. Repeat the mantra. And then I repeat the songs, you follow me and repeat it. Mantra is playing a different part. Om Shri
Shri
Durgayai
Durgaya
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Shri
Shri
Durgayai
Durgaya
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Shri
Om Shri
Durgayai Namaha.
Durgaya Namaha.
Om Shri
Om Shri
Durgayai Namaha.
Durgaya Namaha.
Om Shri Durgayai Namaha.
Om Shri Durgaya Namaha.
Om Shri Durgayai Namaha.
Om Shri Durgaya Namaha.
Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Now mentally repeat the mantra. I mean, mentally synchronize it. Inhale Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Exhale Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. I repeat, please follow me. Om
Om
Aim
Aim
Saraswatyai
Saraswatyai
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Aim
Aim
Saraswatyai
Saraswatyai
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Aim
Om Aim
Saraswatyai Namaha.
Om Ai Saraswati Namaha.
Beautiful. Repeat whatever I say. Om Aim
Om Aim
Saraswatyai Namaha.
Saraswatyai Namaha.
Om Aim
Om Aim
Saraswatyai Namaha.
Saraswatyai Namaha.
Om Aim 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 Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Now mentally repeat the mantra. Inhale Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Exhale Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Repeat the mantra 10-15 times. What is your profession?
Librarian.
Okay. I repeat the Saraswati mantra, you repeat. Om
Om
Aim
Aim
Saraswatyai
Saraswatyai
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Aim
Aim
Saraswatyai Namaha.
Saraswatyai Namaha.
Om Aim 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 Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha.
Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Now mentally repeat the mantra. Inhale Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Exhale Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Repeat another round for 15 to 20 minutes. Repeat Soham mantra. Soham means I am here. I represent the immortal self which is within you, which you are. He represents this Brahman Supreme Being or God. We are one. Do not identify with your body when you repeat this mantra. I repeat to follow. Soham, 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 Soham. Now mentally repeat the mantra. Inhale, so, exhale, come. Synchronize it now. Inhale, so, exhale, come. Gently, no noise when you breathe. Repeat this mantra 15 times.
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते शरणागतदीनार्थे परित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यातिहरे देवी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयभ्यस्ताभिनो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते लोकानशेषान् ब्रह्मदुष्टादुष्टादुगामन् सर्वानभीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितान् विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिताह्याश्रितां प्रेरयन्ति सर्वाबाधा प्रश्नं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरीयमेत्रयाकारम् अस्मद्वैरीविनाशनम् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं जामहे सुन्दरं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वा ऋग्मनामत्युर्मुक्ष्मादरात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं जामहे सुन्दरं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वा ऋग्मनामत्युर्मुक्ष्मादरात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं जामहे सुन्दरं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वा ऋग्मनामत्युर्मुक्ष्मादरात् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो असदो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय नित्यवर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ peace. Thank you all. That's all I can say. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayana. Repeat God's name. Keep the God always within you wherever you go. Repeat His mantra so you can escape from all problems in the world. Doesn't matter what it is, God will be there with you. Okay? That's all. Thank you very much. I enjoyed your company very much. Om Namah Shivaya.